Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Blackburn Rovers. We're still in the Championship, obviously. We were last episode. That's how leagues work. We've gone all the way through to November. We're at the start. We've played a lot of games, as you can see, 15 in the league now. I'll have a quick rundown. I don't want to go through each one individually because there's obviously been quite a few. In the last episode, obviously, we had the Bradford City game, which was a 2-1 victory. We then went on to play Reading, a 2-1 victory there. Then we lost an absolutely appalling game against Sheffield Wednesday, who, as we all know, are the best team in the world, 4-1. Then we were even worse against Norwich, losing that one 4-0, Mark Durand getting himself sent off. Then a bit of a barnstormer in the Carabao Cup third round. We got Man City, and I'll tell you now, I've changed my tactics. It's not one of my tactics anymore. It's actually Golden FM's Asymmetric thing that he did for his Napoli save. Basically, I've crumbled and given in, and this was the first test of the tactic, and I'd like to think it worked. We end up losing 3-2. Michael Gasser scored the opener on 9 minutes just before half-time. Raheem Sterling scores on 43. Second half, Joseph Seens gets one on 51. Berahino then scores in the 75th minute into extra time, and Michael Gasser has his penalty saved, and right at the death, Saido Berahino runs up the other end, puts it in the back of the net, making it 3-2 to Manchester City. We go out of the cup in just horrible, horrible fashion. As you can see on the right as well, Capone, Iglio and Damjanov all getting themselves slightly injured. From this point on, obviously, we are now using the isometric formation, and first up was a 3-0 victory against Luton Town. Paul Oakdina getting a brace in this game. Then a 1-1 draw against Derby County, and this was basically down to Jamal getting himself sent off. Then a 1-0 victory against Wigan, Trevor Mills scoring his first goal for the club since his return. Then a 1-0 defeat against Barnsley, Iglio getting himself sent off this time for 2 yellow cards. Away against Watford was a 1-0 victory, Paul Oakdina after 6 minutes. He's actually turning into a very good player this season. Then a 3-1 victory against MK Dons, Adam Fenton scoring his first 2 goals for the club. I think they're his first 2 goals. He scored 2 goals. And finally, a complete collapse against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Gasser scores on 22 minutes. Tuazi scores on the 88th and 90th minute to give Wolverhampton Wanderers the 3 points. Before the first goal went in, we were actually sat 3rd place in the table, I think. It might be, no, 6th. 6th place. We were in the playoffs, not 3rd. They were 3rd. We were 6th. Today then, 2 matches. First up is going to be Bournemouth, and then 2 weeks later, we're going to play Nottingham Forest. So in the middle, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to arrange a friend. Why can't I arrange a friendly there? We'll do it on the Sunday then. Why not? We're going to arrange a friendly against Napoli. It's going to potentially bring us £230,000. That's going to be the real test of this formation, because obviously Golden FM designed it for Napoli. More news just before we go a little bit further. I've got my Continental Pro licence, so we're all up to 12s and 13s now, which is good. Still can't work with youngsters, despite the fact that most of my players are youngsters. A somewhat local derby, kind of, for me. Not for Blackburn, obviously. Blackburn and Bournemouth, very, very far away from each other. However, in real life, I live in Poole. Obviously, in the save as well. I started it off as Poole Town manager. Bournemouth, it's basic. Poole is like the Hove of Bournemouth. You've got Bournemouth and Poole. They're kind of merged together. No one really knows Poole exists. Same as Hove. Hove and Brighton. Everyone just calls it Brighton. That was a really weird way of describing what the hell was going on there. So, here is the formation. This isn't the team. I've not sorted out. Again, ignore the instant result button. Not used it for this save. So, you've got a sweeper keeper. Not sure I'm keen on that. I imagine that's helping me not concede as many goals. You've got a flat back four. Seems fairly standard. A defensive midfielder, who the last couple of games has been Giuseppe Iglio. Then you've got a roaming playmaker in the middle on the left. A winger on the right. An advanced playmaker. An inside forward all the way on the left-hand side. And a trequartista up front. One of the many problems I have with this formation is I don't have players to fill some of the positions. More specifically, the positions currently filled by Class Mays as the inside forward on the left and Adel Madeb as the winger on the right-hand side. I'm going to sort this lineup out and I'll show you what we're going to be playing. This is what we're going to go with then against Bournemouth. In goal is Carles Carreras, back four of Stevie Simpson as the right back, Jamal as the left back, Capone and Sportelli as the 2 central defenders. We've got a nice little Italian triangle going on. Just in front of the centre backs, you've got Emmanuel Terrassi. Adel Madeb is going to be plying his trade as a right winger in this game. Michael Gasser as the roaming playmaker. Adam Fenton just behind the striker. Damjanov as the inside forward on the left. And Joseph Seens is going to be the trequartista. Sometimes Scenes plays as the right winger, and then it allows me to play someone else as the trequartista. But today, we're going to go with Scenes up front. In other news, Paul Oakdina has broken his foot, so he's out for 2 to 4 months. He's been pretty decent so far this season, but unfortunately, we are going to miss him. We've got the same bug again where Steve Simpson and Joey Scenes have decided they're black today. Don't know why. That bug is happening a lot more now for me. I don't know whether it's because I'm getting further into the save, but I'm having it. My face is different, half of my players' face is different, and it changes. I'll close the game and open it up again, and someone else will have changed their skin tone. 5 minutes in, we've got a throw on Gasser to Damyanov. Damyanov across. Medeb's not going to get there. Mawasa? Don't know. This guy's name, they've got confusing names. Sportelli's going to get it clear. Not very well, though. Demuige. That Demuige, I tried to sign him. He's very good. Went to Bournemouth, quite annoyed. Has that gone in? It's not gone in. I think we've got a corner. We have. Damyanov takes not a good corner. He's going to get another go or not. Doesn't fancy it. We'll have a throw in instead. Aaron with a throw. Andre Gomez. Back to Aaron, the Bournemouth left back. Gomez. Come on, tackle him. Why have they got so many confusing names? Bournemouth footballer number 4. To Bournemouth footballer. Stevie Simpson tackles Bournemouth footballer number 7. Medeb. Ball forward. Joey Scenes. He's got no one with him. Damyanov might be there, but he's off screen. Scenes. He's going it alone. He's going to pass it all the way back to Adam Fenton. Fenton to Gasser. Gasser to Scenes. Scenes need to play it across. It's Fenton. Damyanov's going to get there. And Andrea Damyanov, I think that's his first goal of the season. Or it's most certainly one of his early ones. We're up to 9th. Costa with a free kick for Bournemouth. It's going along. Stevie Simpson controls it. Are we going to counter it? Medeb. Not really a right winger, and by not really, not at all a right winger. Demuige. Only as far as Damyanov. Damyanov to Scenes. Scenes is in the penalty area. It has to be. It's not 2-0. He's hit it wide. How did he miss that? Something to know about Joey Scenes. Off camera, he handed in a transfer request. I accepted it, and then after a few days, he then rescinded it again. So, Scenes wanted to leave, doesn't want to anymore. Santos with a throw for Bournemouth. Guzman doesn't get there. Gasser does. Joey Scenes on his own, but this is how we scored the goal earlier. Scenes taking it out wide. Plays it back to Fenton. Fenton to Gasser. Only 2 players forward. I'm not sure I like that about this formation, but if we get wins, we get wins. Fenton's had a go. What a save from the keeper. Costa gets it cleared. Damyanov to Jamal. Jamal's effort is going back in, and it's going to be a goal kick. Half-time, we are 1-0 up, and look at those stats. We are all over them. I don't know whether I mentioned, at the start of the game, we were 10th. Bournemouth were 13th. So moving up to 9th with a win isn't the best, but I assume that means other teams around us are also winning. It does put us within 2 points of the playoffs, which is good. 58 minutes. Scenes is going to come off. Now, I've got 4 strikers on the bench. Although Allen and Mays and McMillan and Mill, all 4 of them actually, they can play in the advanced playmaker roles or the inside forward roles or all sorts. So I'm going to bring on... I'm going to bring on Class Mays. See, he can play as a trequartista. I imagine that he'd be the best as a trequartista. I don't know why. He's not real, but still. Free kick for Bournemouth on the halfway line. Aaron gets it. Guzman's back there if he needs him. He's gone across in the middle to Demuige. I'm glad I didn't buy him because there's no way I'd pronounce his name. Diakabi to Nuno Santos. He's deflected it back. Jamal gets it clear. Class Mays on his own. Maybe this doesn't matter. He scored an absolute cracking goal. That certainly is not an absolute cracking goal. He scored an absolute cracker against someone. I can't remember who. I'll show you that after this match. 5 minutes to play. I'm not going to do any more subs. I don't think we need to. We've been all over Bournemouth. A 1-0 victory is probably not enough, but it's 3 points, and I'll take 3 points. Final highlight of the game. Smith with a throw. The whistle's gone. It's 1-0 at home against recently relegated Bournemouth. I'll take that. And that victory does move us into 9th place in the table. 2 points behind West Brom. Our goal difference isn't good because we obviously lost 4-0 and 4-1 to Wolves and Norwich. So, yeah, we're trying to claw that back. It wasn't Wolves and Norwich, it was Sheffield Wednesday and Norwich. Anyway, let's find this Class Mays goal. Now, I believe this is the goal. So this is a counter-attack from a Reading free kick. We've obviously, everyone's back in the box. And where can we find Class Mays? We can't find Class. Well, I can try. And then, yeah, he just does that. That is filth. That is absolute filth. It wasn't even, it wasn't a powerful effort. It was just straight in the top corner. For some reason, we're seeing our other goal now. It was straight in the top corner. Can I slow it down? I want to slow it down. I don't know how these work. So yeah, that was Class Maze's wonder goal. I think it actually got goal of the month. I'm not quite sure. Up next, a mid-season friendly against Napoli. We won't see the game because I'm not in charge of friendly matches. So it looks like the result against Napoli was a 2-1 victory. Alan, you know, the guy with the really long complicated name that I've just now called Alan. 2 goals for him, and whoever scored the goal. Luigi Cascone scored the goal for Napoli, and also Niall Ennis played for a total of 16 minutes, and now he's injured for 5 weeks. It's now near the end of November. At the start of the episode, it was the 5th. It's now the 23rd. It's Nottingham Forest. Against Forest so far in this save, we've only beaten them once, and probably I wasn't in charge for it. So it's 6 wins for Forest, 2 draws, 1 win for us. If we win this game, we could potentially go as high as... It's going to be 6th. Technically, 5th. But that would be a 12-goal swing between us and Derby. It's not going to happen. The starting lineup I'm going to go for then in goal is Carlos Carreras, Steve Simpson and Jamal as the fullbacks, Capone and Sportelli as the 2 central defenders. That's kind of a standard now, isn't it? Emmanuel Terrassi as the defensive midfielder just in front of the 2 centre-backs. Joseph Seens is going to be playing as the right winger today. Gasser as the roaming playmaker. That's his position. He's really good there. Don't know whether you've noticed that. He's 3.5 star and he can still get better. Damyanov as the advanced playmaker. Alan is going to be the inside forward on the left-hand side, and Adel Madeb has swapped places with Joseph Seens, and he's now going to be the trequartista. You can also tell that I'm being very kind to all my English youngsters, and they're all on the bench. Alfie Jones, Fenton, Mills, Treacher, Wilcock, and Dick McMillan all on the bench, because I need 7 English players. Steve Simpson is the only one who's actually starting the game. I'm wondering whether I should try and do a save like that, where I can't buy foreign players. Or I need to have at least homegrown players. I can have foreign players, but they need to count as homegrown before I can really use them. And if you've watched my previous Football Manager saves, you'll know that that's pretty difficult for me, because I do like to go poaching all the decent young foreigners from around the world on Regen Day, which I obviously won't really be allowed to do unless they're English. For this formation, there's 2 different types. There's attack and there's counter. Basically, I think counter is what you use against the bigger sides, the ones you're expecting to lose against. Forest are 21st in the table, so I assume we should be beating them. Medeb's going to put it in. He hasn't. Joseph Seens has. It's a great piece of goalkeeping. It's a bit unlucky, really, that we've actually managed to score. And when I say unlucky, I mean for Forest, not for us. That goal has moved us to 7th place. West Brom. The league's changed completely there. We're still 2 points behind playoffs. Forest on the ball. Helmer, the defender, to right, kicks it forward, headed back towards the Forest defence. Damyanov to Medeb to Gasser. Gasser's been tackled, and Bogarts is going to get it clear. Velios, Jamal's gone through the back of him. Apparently it was a clean tackle. Questionable, not really sure. Carreras, the sweeper keeper. Definitely a sweeper keeper with that run forward. Wasn't a good clearance. It's coming back. It's not coming back. Mavris for Nottingham Forest in the centre circle to Robinson. Robinson in the middle. Velios headed clear. Collins to Anders Svensson. It's not Anders Svensson. It is a Svensson and it is an A Svensson. Not sure who it is. He's going to cross it in because he's got plenty of space and it is in the back of the net. Kolakovic with the goal for Forest. It's 1 apiece. Probably shouldn't have conceded that. Somewhat of a soft goal, I think, to concede. We're still the better side in terms of stats, but I'd like a second goal would be nice. Just before half-time, Alan has picked up an injury, which means at half-time he's going to get subbed. And possibly Damyanov, because he's not playing very well either. Team talk was pretty decent. Good job, Sasa. He's still here. I've not got rid of him. Right, Alan coming off. We've only got 3 options for the inside forward. We're going to go with Fenton, and then we're going to swap over. So Fenton can play as the advanced playmaker. He obviously is, I think he's 7. Yeah, he's turned 17 now. He's still decent. He's a very good young footballer. He also tries long-range free kicks, but can't take free kicks. So why are you trying to take long-range ones? That's all I'm going to do for now. Damyanov is somewhat on thin ice, however. Let's do some shouts. Let's demand more. Let's see if they actually listen to me. We've got a highlight. Mitchell, the goalkeeper, well outside his area with a free kick. Jamal heads it. Unchallenged. Capone. Questionable. There's lots of dodgy deflections going on. Medeb doesn't get the ball right to Mavris, to Robinson. Robinson in the middle to Bogarts. To Mavris again. Velios. Someone tackle him, please. Mavris Maris is pulling some strings in the middle there. Velios, edge of the area. Carreras, again, it was a dodgy save. He just kind of put his hands there and just blocks it, which I get that counts as a save, doesn't it? It's still playing, though. Kolakovic is in the back of the net. Sledjko Kolakovic, great name. I do like that name. Has scored. We're 2-1 down to Forest. We don't deserve to be losing this game. Let's change from that to counter. I want to double check. If I go counter, it's still the same. It's still the same. So some of these have changed. I'm not sure what ones, but some of them have changed. I'm going to encourage. There's 20 odd minutes left to play. I'm probably, yeah, Damyanov's coming off. What am I doing? Okay, there's 15 minutes to play. Damyanov, get off the pitch. Trevor Mills is going to come on. Defensively, we've been poor. Alfie Jones is coming on for Sportelli. It's probably too little too late for that sub, but we're doing it anyway. 10 minutes left. I'm demanding more. We've got a throw on. Simpson to Scenes. Scenes back to Simpson. Almost lost it. Adam Fenton, 17 years of age, played a hell of a lot of football. Plays it through to Medeb. Medeb's only player there, drags it across the goal. It's gone wide. This is my concern with this formation. Sometimes we get great opportunities, but there's no other striker in the box to really get on the end of it. Jones with a free kick. Not a good free kick. Velios through to Kolakovic, who's on a hat-trick now. He's been tackled by Capone, but no one's up there again. Wright plays it back in. Jamal with a header. Gasser. Trevor Mills. Mills to Fenton. Fenton to Medeb. Medeb needs some options. He's the striker and he's playing very deep. What a ball. Joey Scenes. He's got two players in the box. Crossed it in. He's gone for goal. It's palmed clear by the keeper and then it's kicked up further by Collins. Jamal's going to get it. Jamal to Gasser. Is this still going to continue going? Fenton to Medeb. Medeb's had a go and Medeb's clipped the top of the bar. There's not a lot of time left. Go overload. Just go overload. A draw is better than a defeat. Fenton's going to get there. No, he's not. It's pinging about. It's gone in, and it's Joey Scenes. Joey Scenes in the 90th minute has made it 2 apiece. I'm going to stick with overload, and hopefully we can pinch another one and actually get a win here. Or nothing will happen. Simpson with a throw. Last touch of the game. It's a throw on. It's 2-2. I've just noticed as well that they're playing at the Brian Clough Arena, which I quite like that. Another point then does move us up into 8th place. We are still in touching distance of the playoffs. And I think the formation is partially responsible. The players, some of them are responsible. So, I mean, we do have some very good footballers now. Michael Gasser is a 4-star footballer. And look at him. He is a decent young player now. He's still only 22 years old. He's never going to get a France cap. Damyanov is another one player that I really do not want to lose ever. This guy is ridiculous. He is one of the best players that I've managed to sign on Football Manager this year. Considering that I'm a Championship side, I'd be looking at having him in a Premiership side. Probably we are limiting his potential a little bit. That is going to do it then for this episode. Next episode, I'm going to go to possibly the FA Cup third round, depending on who it is, and Brighton. If that's a rubbish team, we're going to do Brighton and West Brom. I'll show you now. We've got 5 players joining in January. I'm not going to show you the players, but you can see there. One of them, Lamine Traore, doesn't have a work permit, which is fairly standard for me. Then we've got Bulastix, who's a central defender from Monaco. Gary Hobbs-Lowe is an attacking midfielder from Newcastle, obviously is English. Danny Salvagione from Real Salt Lake, American striker. Not sure whether he's got a work permit, can't remember, did it a while ago. And Moussa Giroud is another striker. This one is a French youth player from Reims, but he's actually good enough to play for the first team. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2018. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more and you want to see these players when they join the club, hit the subscribe button and I will see you next time.